Hello everyone, this is Shamsi and welcome back to my channel. Novaquark have confirmed that they're going to be wiping DualUniverse in preparation for its launch, and today we're going to go over all the information that we have on how we can prepare for that wipe and upcoming launch of the game. In a series of communications, Novaquark have said that though they're wiping the game, not everything is going to be reset, as in we won't be put back into the square one position we were at the launch of beta. The most important thing for me as a player and for many others that I've spoken to is talent points, and we have quite a lot of information on that, which we'll come back to in a moment. But first, here are a few things that'll be staying following the wipe. Your organizations will remain intact with your super legate still in charge of the organization, but membership will be wiped so that the super legate will be the only member in the organization when the game launches. Any organization that had another organization as its super legate is going to be wiped. Your friends list is staying, your recruit a friend rewards and your two-factor authentication rewards are staying. However, any game time that you've already used won't be given back again. And your core blueprints are staying with you. That includes any core blueprint that you don't own but is in your nano pack at the time that the servers go down. And also any core blueprint that you have on a construct that you own within a container is going to be given back to you. Similarly, blueprints owned by organizations are going to remain, with the super legate being able to carry them forward into the new game server, and that includes any core blueprint in a container that is on a construct owned by that organization. Now, let's get back to talent points. These will be given back to us in the form of something called Pioneer Packs as beta players, and also in a server-wide accelerator event, which boosts the rate of talent point acquisition for everybody across the game, including new players that are playing for the first time and people who have played throughout the entirety of beta. The reward that we're getting as beta players for having paid to play the game in the beta are something called Pioneer Packs, and I'm going to put up an image here to show you what these include. Now, there are some cosmetic items, there are some practical things like a small amount of quanta and a small number of blueprint copies for dynamic cores and so on. But the main star of the show here are the talent points. Including the accelerator event that is open to everyone, the people who are on the lowest tier of the Pioneer Packs, these are people who have paid, I think, up to 3 months of game time in the beta, will receive a total of almost 41 million skill points. And the people who are on the maximum tier of the Pioneer Packs, which include people who've paid up to, I think, over 13 months of game time during the beta, and including some of the higher tiers of the Kickstarter backers, will receive up to almost 53 million skill points, including the accelerator events. So there is a significant difference between the lowest tier of Pioneer Pack and the highest tier of Pioneer Pack, 12 million skill points, and also there is a small amount of difference between somebody who doesn't receive a Pioneer Pack and somebody who does. We're not getting our talent points back, the ones that we accrued over the beta. However, we are getting some talent points back in this structure that, again, I'm putting up on the screen for you right now. The other potentially valuable rewards in these packs are the decorative items. These are mostly cumulative, which means you get the lower tier rewards as well as the higher tier rewards if you're on a higher pack, but that doesn't include the main reward item. That's the Cercinus, the Triangulum, and the Whirlpool. For instance, if you're on the highest tier of Pioneer Pack, you are only going to receive the Cercinus. And if you're on the lowest tier of the Pioneer Pack, you're only going to receive the Whirlpool. And so if you want to collect them all, you pretty much have to trade for them in game, or if you want to splash out the money, you can manufacture, alt accounts with the right amount of months. That's entirely up to you, but I won't be doing anything like that. We've also been told of some helpful additions to the blueprint deployment tool that will be coming in at the launch and shortly after the launch, that'll help us rebuild with our core blueprints. This includes the ability to swap out honeycomb. If we are missing a particular type of honeycomb from a blueprint, we can swap it out with another that we do have enough of in the deployment of the blueprint, and also the element emission tool. So if you have a blueprint that has a bonsai in it and you're at the start of the game and won't have a bonsai for some time, you can choose simply not to deploy anything missing in deploying the blueprint. The most useful thing, and I'm going to show you here, as you can see, I am showing a blueprint in front of me with raycasting, and if I press page up, page down, up, down, left, right, I can move it with fine keyboard controls. But one thing we're getting not at launch but soon after launch is the ability to snap one blueprint to an already placed grid. And this means if you have a multi-core structure, you're able to perfectly align them voxel to voxel in placing them, which will help rebuild massive builds such as Utopia Station and the like. Now, another thing to note about the launch is that they are completely revamping the planets in Helios, which means that we won't have all of them at the launch. We're going to have the 3 planets in the safe zone along with their moons, as well as Jago and Teoma. This means that the gameplay of DualUniverse is going to be shrunk a fair bit, and pipe warfare, as in pirating along the pipes, is going to be restricted to 2 destinations only, which means we're going to have to learn how to evade piracy more effectively than before. They are also adding a new planetary body type. If you remember the big rocks around Thades, the big orbiting asteroid belt, those are going to be claimable now as territories which you can build on and mine like any other normal territory. I do expect there's going to be a bit of a rush to go and get those territories at the start of the game, and I will be covering how to go and get one as quickly as you can in my upcoming new player guide for the launch of DualUniverse. Now, my advice on how to prepare for the upcoming wipe and launch is quite simple. Any images that you've uploaded for use in the game are going to stay. Any Lua scripts that you want to keep and are able to keep, as in you have DRM permission to have them in core blueprints, I would suggest you back those up in a core blueprint so that you can take them over with you into the new launch. And also your core blueprints are things that you're going to have to prepare. For instance, here I have my font library from Metallical. I'm gathering them all into one dynamic core. I'll rename it into something that I can easily recognize in amongst the dozens or hundreds of core blueprints that I'll have in my inventory post-launch, and I'll back them up. And when it comes time to need them again, post-launch, they'll be in my inventory ready to deploy. One other note to say on all this, you will keep every core blueprint in your inventory, meaning, for instance, here I have a circle voxel library from Ryan Pride. I have an older version of this library, but since Ryan gave me a core blueprint of it, I'll be taking it with me into the launch, though I do need to go and get a new version of that one. Other than that, there isn't long left before the end of beta. I would suggest you make the most of it. The bus tours that Novaquark have been putting on have been really fun. I've noticed places that I've never known existed in the game. The Ammo Madness event is still going on right now, where Novaquark are giving unlimited ammunition to anyone who wants to go and shoot things. And they also have a building competition for outposts, starting outposts and speeders. If any of that takes your interest, do go and take part. But a personal note from me, just go about and enjoy the game. See the sights. Go in virtual reality to all the different places that you've always wanted to go to but never had the time, or simply go on the VR network and randomly go from base to base looking at what other people have built. The things that exist in this game will come back, potentially, but not for quite some time. The world as it is right now is going to be reset. If you're interested in playing DualUniverse at launch, then do please consider subscribing to this channel. I'm going to be creating a whole bunch of guide content ranging from the new player guides to how to evade piracy and pipes and all the things in between. And if that interests you, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon to be notified of the next time I put a video live. Thank you for your attention, everyone. That's all from me for now. Until the next time, bye-bye.